Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV, celebrity news, Jeff Lewis Live. I just hit my thumb, just tried to slam it in a door, not slam it, but close it into a door. And I'm like, not what I really wanted to do today. So I hope you're having a better afternoon than me. I am very rushed. I wanted to have my hair washed, makeup on, which meant I needed to pop up to Target or Ulta, which I still didn't do, to go buy some new foundation. The day just got ahead of me. And dealing with the taxes, and my lady sent over our taxes, and I'm like, ooh, this is, a lot different than last year. I don't know why last year was so great in a return, which means we just loaned the government lots of money. But this year it was way less, still a considerable amount, don't get me wrong, but way less. Anyways, she didn't have a form that she needed. I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, oh yeah, this is going to make a difference. Mind you, this is a brand new accountant this year, but she does have our taxes from the last couple of years. So I'm like, look, if you didn't have that and it's in my file, can you just, like, not much has changed from year to year. Like, just make sure you have everything that looks like we had the previous years, because I do not understand taxes. Our taxes are very simple. They really are. I've just never done them. I've never had the confidence to do them. Even kids nowadays are not taught. College kids in high school, nobody is taught how to do taxes. So we're still, coming out with a generation that has no clue how to do their taxes. Now, I must tell you, my 3 older girls, for the first time this year, they all 3 did their own taxes on some app that was very simple and took them like seconds. All they needed was the AGI, their adjusted gross income from the previous year's income taxes, which I had for them. But they did them in seconds. They were like, this is so easy. I'm like, well, yeah, you don't have kids in college and, the child credit, blah, 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 whatever all that stuff is. It is such a pain in my arse. But anyways, thank y'all so much. Please, if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I would really, really appreciate it. If you are over on TikTok, please make sure to tap the screen. Give us all the likes. I would really appreciate it. On Instagram, hi, love you on Instagram, but I might be missing my phone a lot and getting so distracted, trying not to look up, looking over here, I know I make these decisions all the time, but starting tomorrow or the next day, I might just not be on Instagram. I might just be on YouTube and TikTok. So anyways, please understand that, but I will always let y'all know. For sure. Yeah. Yay, Cecile. Yay, yay, yay. Yes, exactly. Link of the Golden says, I thought one of your daughters is at the school to become an accountant. Have her do your taxes. You know what? She's doing audit, so a little bit different. She hasn't taken one class. They haven't taught her one class. The other one is getting a business degree. She hasn't had one class on taxes either. So they don't even teach her. Now, they did it themselves, like I said, on this free website, and it really guides you. And I know there's like TurboTax, and my thumb is throbbing. So I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. It's just, I just shut a door in it, trying to close it real quick. And speaking of thumbs up, yeah, thumbs up for our girl. But I literally just all take a deep breath together. Anyone need a deep breath today? Let's just close our eyes and take a deep breath. Okay, let's start the day over. Start the day over at 3:04 p.m. It's been a good day, but I'm just a little frazzled knowing that one file, that one document was not given to her. And I'm like, did I upload it? Did I text it to you? I don't have time to go back and look. I'm positive I did. It's in my, I know. Raquel says, I just get so panicked about them. Raquel says, I do my own taxes. I'm not paying someone $600 to do them. That's the few they charge around me. So I'd rather just do it on my own. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I don't know what they charge, but I think places like that are inside the stores and like at the Walmart, all these ones that, same day you'll get the return. Honey, they're just charging you. It's like a loan because that money is not coming from the IRS if you get a refund that day. They're charging you, which I get. There's a lot of people that need that money immediately and they're worth paying those fees for, but it makes me mad how much I feel like they take advantage of people that if they do have very simple taxes that I feel like some people do, a simple W-2, what have you. Ours are a little more complicated that with investments and stuff, but it's not crazy complicated. We've never done them. My mom did them our whole life. She was in accounting, and when she passed away, I just never learned how to do them. So I know a lot of people are my age. What is an RP? Topper says AARP, but I am not an RP yet. Retired person, 57 today. Oh, happy birthday, Topper. Yes. Um, yeah, I think 400 to 600 is the going price for most accountants nowadays. Now, I had one for years that me and Brian's was only like 250, but they did charge she could just put all the information in there from year to year. But anyways, they did charge $75 for each of my kids. And some of my kids didn't even get $75 back. So I was like, look, you got $3 back on your income taxes. And I paid $75 for them to be done. So you're doing them yourself now. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. Michael says, I used to pay $65 to get my taxes done, but she died. She died, girl. Anyways, okay. Well, everybody, let's wish Topper a very, very happy birthday. If anyone else has a birthday or somebody else we're celebrating, that's one of my stresses too, is I have an Easter event to go to tonight, which means I had to get eggs together. I had to figure out something. Well, I didn't love it's an adult Easter party, right? So you got to find something cute that women will want. It's all women will want that will fit in eggs, right? So I Googled these manifestation like hearts, think like rock, a heart rock. They're all different colors. They were really cute. Well, let's just say they're smaller than I imagined. So they look really dinky going into my Easter eggs. So a girlfriend just messaged me and said, hey, I'm popping into Target. You need me to get you? I said, yes. Get me some Hershey chocolate individual wraps so I can throw them into my dinky little eggs. I'm going to just try to apologize to everybody and say, look, I thought this manifestation rock that's shaped in a heart would be super cute and it's super dinky looking. And I'm really sorry. Yes. I think candy fixes everything, right? But I also had to bring something. So usually to some of these things, I bring like our charcuterie board that's already pre-made, the ones you just pop up from Walmart, or I've bought the shrimp, the raw shrimp from Costco before, just things that are easy to make. This day, I was like, I'm going to make an Easter cake. I've been wanting white cake for the last couple of days. When we went out for my birthday last week, the people gave us a carrot cake with a candle on top. And I was like, oh, y'all can have it. I was trying to eat healthy, but I was also like, look, I'm not wasting my calories on your carrot cake. But all of a sudden I start, man, white cake sounds so good. So it made two 8x8 pans. And so I'm keeping one for the house, which my kids were just so happy to come home and realize I'd made a cake for them. Poured the icing all over it. Then I was sprinkling my little Easter decorations on it, got the little plastic lid on it. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Tell me what your favorite Hershey candy is. Crackle is my least favorite, but I will absolutely eat a crackle in a pinch for darn sure. I'll eat almost any chocolate in a pinch. But Christina says I'll take a crackle. Probably. Oh, and then the peanut one, Mr. Peanut or whatever that other one is, the yellow wrapper, definitely not my favorite. Anything chocolate, the mint chocolate Kit Kats, freeze those. I bite all the ends of them off. I bite the end, then I take my little teeth and I get the little wafer off. And I suck the little top off on the wafer, take my tongue and I get the wafer off. Then I get the other wafer off. I mean, y'all don't even want to know what I do to Kit Kat. It's disgusting. Okay, special dark. Oh my god. Okay, y'all are gonna make weight loss shot not even work today talking about all this chocolate. Oh my gosh. Okay, I did start did I tell y'all? I think I did. I did start logging on my app. I'm trying to log the food that I'm eating, and I think that's really gonna help me because today I was trying to eat some leftover brisket from this weekend, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know. Is that 6 ounces, 8 ounces? Is that considered lean?" Because I have yet to meet a lean brisket, which I love fat on meat, so there's no shame in that game. But anyways, but just when you grow and grab a snack, how many ounces of raspberries am I eating? Did I get a half an avocado, a whole? I mean, all the things. I really think it's going to help me. So I'm really trying to like just pay attention to that. And then it also tells me, when you type in the UPC code or the barcode, when you scan the barcode, it also figures out the calories, the protein, the carbs. I mean, everything, all the macros, as they call it nowadays, as the kids call it, the macros. Oh my gosh. Yes, me too. K Kitty says chocolate is my drug of choice. Amen. Gosh, I love that so much. What is Mr. Oh, you make a kitty cat. My mom used to make she used to color the coconut and make a green egg and then put the jelly beans. She used to make that cake for Easter. Dana Maria says, we make Mr. Whiskers 2 circle cake pans, one for the face, one to cut for the ears and the bow tie. Oh, that's so cute. My mom wasn't quite that elaborate. I do have a food scale, but I've used it so many years to mail clothes on that I don't want to put food on it. I guess if I laid a piece of foil or something on it, you know what I mean? Maybe that would help. But so far, I haven't tried to like weigh my food yet. I do think if I should have probably weighed the brisket to see how many ounces it was. But oh my God, y'all, Rebecca, I'm more of a Cadbury fan. I love Cadbury cream eggs. So good. Y'all have no idea how I'm so tempted to text my friend and go, oh, and pick me up a Cadbury cream egg too. Oh my gosh. I am MRL says, what app are you? I'm doing a Fitbit because I don't have it on right now because I'm, going to dinner soon. Well, this Easter event tonight, but my Fitbit watch, I just finally started wearing it again. So it's just the Fitbit app. So if you've ever had a Fitbit, even if you broke it, even if you throw it away, even if you're tired of using it, you can use the app and put in your water, how much you worked out, your food, all those things, your weight. I've been using it for years for the weight. Yes, it's so good. I bought it for my son, but then I was like, well, I want to try this. Heather says, I saw you eating Little Debbie's ice cream the other day. And if they were here in Canada, I would be visiting Dr. Now in Texas, the 600-pound guy. Is that show still on? What is going on with the Dr. Now show? Oh my gosh. Okay. Easter is not this Sunday. This Sunday is chumpcon. Easter is next Sunday, April 20th. So anyways. Okay. Let's get started. I watched a lot of 90 Day Fiance and there is more to watch. That damn TLC. Like, not only do they make these episodes 2 hours, thank goodness I record it and fast forward, but geez Louise, I've still got the 90 Day Diaries to watch. So 90 Day Diaries started the other night and it's season 6. This show started, or this spinoff, I guess, started when the pandemic was going on, and it was a way for TLC to keep making new content, which I really appreciated. Because it wasn't safe for big, producers and the camera guy and the sound guy and all these people to be inside of a home filming people. And also people weren't really able to go out as much, right? So there wasn't as much to film. Anyways, I was kind of disappointed to see it come back because I'm like, it sounds like kind of the discount version of 90 Day Fiance. Like, why is everyone else good enough to have a cast and crew? And you're not? Like, why do y'all have to self-record on a little like selfie stick? It's so weird to me. But also some of the people, but as y'all know, yesterday I shared, I don't know how I missed this. I have so many chumpettes that are huge 90 Day Fiance fans that usually let me know of anything going on. Nobody let me know. Is it Robert and Annie Remember, they're the couple that have been together, gosh, 5 or 6 years now. They do a lot of the pillow talk, so they're always on pillow talk. I know they had a kid or 2. I didn't know that they lost one of their babies. I still don't even know exactly what happened. But anyways, I did remember that they were gonna be on 90 Day Diaries, and I thought, did they just lose a baby and then they're doing 90 Day like, I don't know what's going on with that, so I did wanna see what it was. So I still need to watch that show. But last night and then this morning, I watched 90 Day Fiancé, The Tell All Part 2, To the Last Resort. The only people to okay, there's 2 couples that are actually together. Um, not Sophie, Stacy and Florian, but they're hanging on by a thread. I mean, Florian was so mean. She was so mean. It's like we're fighting every day. They showed this clip from the last resort, 'cause I told you I didn't watch it. I just wanted to watch the tell all to get me by. But like Gino is drinking with Florian one night, and like Stacy was I'm not Stacy. This is when Jasmine was with Gino, supposedly, not in the open marriage, whatever. She's getting mad at Florian for like drinking and ordering drinks. She's like throwing the drinks off the bar. And then Gino's getting mad. Gino and her, I mean, it was a mess. I mean, Florian was really getting upset. Like, it almost looked like he was about to get physical with Jasmine, which was kind of scary. Anyways, Stacy comes out in one of the things, which is really amazing that people are talking about this, and the fact that I just watched the Oprah Winfrey menopause special, and they said like 70% of women attribute menopause as part of their late in life divorce. So you can't blame menopause on a divorce in your 30s, right? But if you're 56, 57, whatever, been going through the menopause, going through the perimenopause, whatever, all those changes and how you react and your emotions and the lack of sex drive, the dryness, all those things, whatever, or you just finally realize your husband's an asshole. Anyways, but 70% of people attributed menopause to their late in life divorce. Stacy says, I've been going through menopause and it's really been a struggle, and I don't feel like Florian understands it at all. So Florian is a little bit younger than her, maybe 15 years. I don't remember. These people, for one thing, every couple on The Last Resort, they're all professional 90 Day Fiancé people. Like, I don't even know if they love each other, if they like each other. Like, they just want to be on 90 Day Fiancé, which I guess. Yes, we will talk about the sisters. She did. It was so weird. Okay, so Stacy and Darcy were originally on 90 Day Fiancé years ago. Stacy and Florian have been together for a very long time. Even though he's from another country, they weren't necessarily part of the 90 Day Fiancé. It was really her twin sister, Darcy, who was on with, 3 or 4 different guys that just went to hell. But Darcy comes on. She looked completely different than Stacy. Like, her face, like, I don't even know how to do it, but this part of her face looked like they'd just taken a chisel, and there was just like it was either makeup where they put the dark makeup to contour or whatever, or it was like that. Like, the side of her face was like, but it was all there. It was so weird. She looked so different. They both were trying to out-tan each other, out-tit each other. I mean, these sisters, look up some old pictures of Stacy and Darcy. They look nothing like themselves. They all have super big lips, super big boobs, the tans, the makeup, the eyelashes, the hair, I don't even know how they make enough money to afford their lifestyles. I really don't. They had chin implants. They've had everything. They've gone to Turkey and done work. I mean, she looked so different, which made me sad because I'm like, I just feel like if anything later in life, they should, they're probably like 54-ish, if I had to guess. They both have 2 kids each. Darcy has 2 daughters. Stacy has 2 sons. Both, divorced from those husbands. They both kind of been through it. But now that Stacy and Florian are on a thread, I mean, they are literally, if they divorce next month, it will not shock me at all. The only other one that's really together and she just admitted that she was smooching down with an ex-boyfriend while they were engaged, is Brandon and Julia. So Brandon is the guy who lived at home with mom and dad on a farm, didn't have the money for her to come over and have an apartment. So when she came over from Russia or the Ukraine, whichever, when she came over to live with him, and now they've been married for years, she was always upset. But now you see them on social media. They make videos with the mom and dad. Like, they've all become really, really close. We have different tastes. I don't know what you're talking about. Their faces. Wait, what? What is that? Heather said Darcy and Stacy's faces look like a horse eating a sugar cube. Now I'm gonna think about what a horse looks like eating a dang sugar cube. Anyway, this is funny. Yes. Bravo and Stone says the twins' father has supported them financially over the years, which is interesting because I don't even think they were all that involved with him growing up. I almost think it's like his guilt of the divorce and how he wasn't super involved. But yeah, they do. They both have issues. But I always felt like Stacy and Florian were going to make it. I always felt like they were normal. You know what I mean? Wow, they've been on that long. Makes sense. Kim says, I think Stacy was 39 when 90 Day Fiance started. But wasn't Darcy? No, I know Stacy and Florian were together and he's from another country. But I feel like it was Darcy that was the one on 90 Day Fiance. But, they're always together and there's just such a, I don't know. Rebecca says, every time I use mayonnaise, I think of Big Ed. Oh my gosh. Yes. Sherry says, Darcy looks like LaToya Jackson supersized. It just seems like more than ever at their ages and their kids are growing up and what have you, that they should realize, that they're everything to each other. Their mom and dad is super involved with the kids and involved with them, thankfully. But now it seems like, does Darcy also live in Miami? I know Stacy and Florian do, but I feel like Darcy and Georgie moved down there too, which I'm shocked. I mean, are you not shocked that Georgie and Darcy actually ended up getting married? Like, I can't even believe. Oh, nothing. Susan says Darcy and Stacy look nothing like they did in high school. It's actually shocking. I mean, they were not attractive, really, but it's shocking how differently they look. I mean, they look like cartoon characters, Elizabeth said. They do. They're not even like they could be, but they've got so much stuff in them, and it's just, yes, that's true. Lisa says, I do really feel sorry for Stacy and Darcy that they don't see themselves the way that we do, or do they? But remember the lady that just passed away, actually, the Catwoman, they called her. She had like $200,000 or more, I'm sure. Anyway, she had a bunch of surgeries. Some of these people do want to look like that. And sometimes I would see people on Botched. They want to look like they've had surgeries. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people that they want you to see every piece of makeup that they're wearing. And some people want a very muted look. You know what I mean? To where you don't, you're enhanced, but you don't really have a lot of makeup on. Anyways, everyone else is broken up though. That's been on these shows. So the last resort, Rob and Sophie are like finally cute and okay with each other. But then we find out they've been having sex with each other for months, but they're actually broken up. Sophie has come out as bisexual for a while now. So she tells the story. She was dating a guy that had a kid. Then she was also dating a girl that had a kid. Come to find out, it's the same kid. They were the father and the mother of the same kid. I'm like, I mean, is the pool in Austin or LA, wherever she lives right now, is it that small? Like, what the hell is going on? Wait, there was a new girlfriend? Lisa says the last resort, Rob's girlfriend and her new boobs were ridiculous. Oh, no, that's his wife, Sophie. The new boobs, yeah. I thought the boobs were beautiful, though. Oh, my God. Oh, Bravo and Stoned. That would normally make some people sad, but I have such fun memories of Mama Elsa, so that actually doesn't make me sad at all, except for she's gone. Bravo and Stone says, remember Mama Elsa from Miami, RIP. Remember how she doesn't fly? So she was going to be on Watch What Happens Live, and they took her in a car. A producer flew down to Miami and drove her from Miami to New York City and back and like filmed it all. It was hilarious. Oh my gosh. What is puberty? I keep seeing that lately. It's like funny dog videos. Christina says puberty has a TikTok with a horse eating sugar cubes. Oh, okay. Okay. I just haven't seen that. I either see puberty doing like kid videos or horse videos with kids. Anyways, they're really funny. She was the best housewife mom for sure. She was actually beautiful. She really was. So entertaining. Oh my gosh. Other than that, it really wasn't very good. You know, this one was 1 hour. I was just very proud of Stacey to actually bring up menopause as a reason for like some of the issues they're going through. Stacey, the host, asked the other guys, like, hey, tell me what you know about menopause. I think one had a clue, like, well, you know, I think when they get to a certain age, like their hormones changes, and it's kind of like, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, but good for them. Like women are barely talking about menopause. So the fact that these men knew something about it, I was kind of proud of them for one thing. It will be another part though, because at the very end was a cliffhanger. Georgie comes on with Darcy, and he basically implies that Stassi, look at me mixing up Vanderpump Rules, that Stacey shouldn't trust Florian. So I think Florian is like younger and he's going out and he's hanging out with women, and which would make me sad because I really thought I really think these people, even Jeff Lewis talked about, who did they talk about this on? Was Andy Cohen live? Or maybe Denise Richards. Denise Richards said today about Beverly Hills. She's like, they need to call it the ex-wives of Beverly Hills because nobody's married anymore on there. And I'm like, that's kind of like 90 Day Fiance. Anyways, I did watch 90 Day Fiance season 11, episode 8. It's 2 hours. Nothing happened in episode 8. The same old, same old. The only thing that happened was the guy that is coming from Iran, that's here from Iran with Stevie, and his name is Maddie. You know, she's an artist and like paints nude women's breasts. And he's like, is there a history with that? Like, do you like breasts? Basically, he's saying, are you bisexual? And she like takes offense to that and won't answer. And I'm like, well, if the answer is no, then just say that to rest his mind. Like, he is coming from a very different culture. I mean, Iran is, I mean, the restrictions that they have in their country, like he'll get his hand slapped literally if they caught him drinking alcohol. The women go to different gyms than the men. Like, he is a physical trainer, a trainer. So he's used to training men and probably not women. So now when he comes here, he's going to be able to do women. Oh my God, this throuple couple. Susan says the throuple is bugging me. What a complicated situation. It won't work. So these people have had problems now that they're in Mexico trying to spend 2 weeks together to like make sure everything's going to work. What Amari is not respecting. Again, it all boils down to they think if I'm in America and I was raised this way in 2025, then every other country in the world, or even every person. I mean, we all have different life situations and different, experiences and thoughts on things. Amari is mad that her girlfriend, Ani, hasn't told people that she's got a boyfriend and a girlfriend. I'm like, she lives in Mexico. Her mom prays to the rosary all damn day. Her dad goes to church every day at the Catholic Church. I mean, there is nothing about this that she is like excited to go and tell her family because she sees it as, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I can't put words in her mouth, but she's not seeing it as if she's going to be accepted. And she probably doesn't want to upset her family and friends, which I totally understand. But then Amari's like, comes at it from her experience of like, oh, I've always been pushed down. I'm like, girlfriend, you are freaking beautiful. You own your own company. Like, you ain't been shoved down all that damn much. I mean, at your age, no. But anyways, she's all mad about that. And then Ani ends up telling her, look, I only actually want to be with you. I don't even actually like Matt. I'm only doing the Matt thing because I really want you. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think y'all said this a few weeks ago. The two girls are going to end up liking each other more than the guy, and they're going to shove him out. I'm not shocked. Yeah, Cecile says Maddie won't stay with her if she's bisexual, which I think what goes along with that is not only that, but now he has to think, okay, now I'm worried about men and I'm worried about women. Like if she goes out with a girlfriend, I think, well, what if she's physically attracted to her? What if she's sexually attracted to her? You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. What, Mabu? I think we got good news from Mabu, but I'm trying to find it. Oh, how fun. Mabu says, hi, everyone late. Took my daughter to Harrods and Selfridges. I don't know what that one is. I know what Harrods is. I've been there. Overpriced rubbish, but she got her jelly she's been through a lot, so she deserves it. Oh my gosh, she got her jelly. I don't know what jelly means. I mean, I know what jelly means in America. I don't know what it means in London. Anyways. Yeah, I've only been to London once and went to Harrods. So yeah. Oh my gosh. How do people exactly? Why do you want to? I mean, I said that about this couple. I'm like, you've got two little kids. This Matt and Amari have businesses. They've got a beautiful house. They're amazing. They've got two little girls. Susan says, how do people have time to seek more partners when they have kids and a job and a life? I mean, I'm like, no way. Oh, jelly is a stuffed animal. Oh, is that a new trend? I didn't even know. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Bravo and Stone says, I'll take Harrods over Target rubbish any day. I mean, yeah, Harrods would be just fun to like just window shop, right? Wait, what? The Target closed down? Lisa in Kentucky says the Target by my house closed down. Thank God. So I don't have to go to, I have to go to the one a little further away. I used to go to the one a mile away from my house all the time. You know, I'm not a huge Target person. I mean, I'll go, but we've got a Walmart near us. So I just order Walmart pickup. But anyways, okay. Not much else happened. Shekinah's daughter is 15. She's finally agreed to meet Sarper. So that's going to happen. Mina doesn't want to sign the prenup after she had told her husband's or fiance's family. What's the guy's name? Mina. Jordan is the daughter. Mark is the man. Anyways, I will watch 90 Day Fiance. I did see something about Chantel, who she's probably the first. Was the Chantel family? No, what was it called? Chantel is her first name, right? The family where she was married to Pedro, they eventually divorced, but they had a spinoff for years. Like that might have been the first spinoff, like of an actual family. That family's kind of TV gold because they don't give a shit about throwing out all their laundry. Like the mom's a mess, the dad's a mess. You know, they all got attitudes. It's crazy. Yes, y'all don't have Walmart pickup. So we can either have it picked up or I can have it delivered to my door, but then I got to tip them. So I'm too cheap to do that. Lisa says, I've done it, but I'd rather not tip. I'd rather just go pick it up. Lisa says, I hate going to Walmart, but I need to have stuff delivered like you do, Sarah. If you spend $35 or more, it's free pickup. Now I pay for the Walmart Plus. I don't even know what that does, but oh wait, maybe I have to spend more if you don't have Walmart Plus. A lot of you do. Chantel bugs you. Bye, Christina. Where are you going? See y'all tomorrow. By the way, I'm going to have to maybe adjust tomorrow's time. I'm either going to have to end. No, I think I'm going to have to start a little bit early. We need to take my daughter to get her driver's permit tomorrow. And it is really not super easy to get an appointment. So you really got to pick and choose your DPS location on a good time and date. So I think I have to do that. But Chantel is, I guess she has a birthmark or something kind of in her little hoo-ha area. And she was even saying like it's always bothered her. So she might do, which she's worn some itty bitty bikinis. So she must have worn some really dark makeup covering that before. But anyway, she might do plastic surgery to fix that. But you know, I'm like, that girl's been on since like her whole life. did she ever become a nurse? Like, did she ever become a nurse? Like, she was like doing that forever. Well, this is just her permit, so there's no good luck needed. She just has to show up with us because, this is just gathering all the paperwork. The fifth and final driver's permit. And then next year she will be able to get her driver's license. Yeah. They deliver your prescriptions. Oh, that's nice. She is a nurse finally. Okay, good. Okay, let's chat today's Jeff Lewis Live. It was supposed to be Eric Griffin, and RIP. He's gone. 2 times he's gone. He's canceled twice. I guess he had to do some other podcasts, which was kind of bad because Jeff actually ratted him out yesterday with Jade Catapretta. And Jade was like, no, he's a really cool guy. He's so nice. He's a new dad. Like, I'm sure if he canceled that one time, everything's going to be fine. And then he canceled last night. So Jeff is like, look, he and Shane both said, he's just kind of no longer a good fit. So I don't really think he's going to come back. And I looked up a picture of him. I don't even know who Eric Griffin is. And I love a good comedian. So, he had his chance, but he apparently does another podcast that he's actually paid for, and it must be with multiple people. And he was trying to coordinate that, and somebody kept changing the date and the time, and it conflicted too much. And he was like, I just got to cancel. Kimberly J says, I can't imagine he'd be a good fit for Jeff Lewis Live. I see that writing on the wall. Well, I really think he's not coming back. Oh, she does Botox injections. Well, do you have to be a nurse to do Botox? Because I actually think you just have to be an esthetician, which I think is a much lower degree than a nurse, right? I don't know. What is Food Hall? Is that food at Harrods? $18 for a tiny piece of cake? Oh my gosh. You tip on pickup? I only did that during the pandemic, and they took the money then at Walmart. But before that, they would never let me tip. I mean, I've been doing Walmart pickup for, gosh, 8 or 9 years, a long time, a long time before I was a teacher. Shanda says, I usually tip on pickup. They're shopping for you, bagging it and bringing it to my car, often in the snow, so worth the tip. I don't. I mean, I'm tipped out. I tip so much. I'm just tipped out. But also ours, like I said, used to never take tips. They only did, I would just put money in the back of my SUV, and they would put it back there, and I would basically be like, thank you. Oh yeah. Michael Riley said, I started at Walmart Plus when the pandemic happened as one of my delivery people, and you get Paramount free. I think we use Paramount Plus, and I think I just finally figured out that I had that. We were paying for it, and I had a membership on my Walmart. Seriously. Raquel says, when you do the pickup, do they get the freshest produce? I feel like I never have a problem with the produce. And I've been doing it so long. Yes. Susan says, I missed the first half hour of Jeff Lewis Lives. Any updates on Monroe's nanas? Yes, we will chat about it. Sorry, I meant to talk about that at the top of the show. Okay, so last night, Eric had to cancel. They called Justin Sylvester immediately, which thank goodness he barely works. And I love him on the show. He was on with MJ. Nobody was there early enough for some reason to take a coffee picture. So apparently Shane either edited their picture, other people out, or took a picture of himself, whatever, and posted. So somebody posted in the Facebook group. It was kind of funny. 4 of the 5 nanas have been found, and they should be on a plane being FedExed to LA for tomorrow. So I guess he finally called, or he did call. He was in communication with the lady from the Four Seasons. She got a hold of somebody that was from the outsourced place. They had taken the bedding out somewhere else. That lady has 2 kids and was like, look, I totally understand. I am going to find these. They did. They found 4 of the 5. And the 2 most important ones, the unicorn nana and what's the other one? It's some animal. Like, a possum or something. It's something. Raccoony. Raccoony comes home. I know. We talked about that yesterday, but they didn't say about it at Chump. Mary says, "Did anyone notice that Jade is off to make a movie? She will not be at ChumpCon." Which is not that anyone bought a ticket for Jade, but you can't. I mean, what if people did plan to meet Jade and now she's not going to be at ChumpCon? She's been announced for forever. She wasn't even one of the last ones. One of the last ones is Sarah Colonna and then Jamie Kennedy. Kind of weird that if she won't be at ChumpCon, because I'm sorry, you can't be changing up people that last minute. It must be a big movie she booked. Anyways, yes. But I thought he was so nice. I thought he was so nice today too. Like just even keel, like calm. He says that's why he reacted so well is because he's on the cough medicine, the cold medicine for how when Eric Griffin canceled. Raquel says Jeff is blaming the medicine he took yesterday for his behavior yesterday. Oh, yes. No, I did hear that when he was saying oh, he was adamant. He was like, I did not ask anyone to get them canceled or get anyone fired. You know, I even said that they just made an honest mistake. Nobody would steal a child's stuff. Okay, Kitty says no one is going to miss Jade. Yeah, you would think so, right? Hannah Gray says new Jeff Lewis travel rule for his daughter, one personal item only. 12 is a lot. I mean, that's a lot, right? It is a lot. But for everyone that apparently was DMing Jeff and writing in my comments also underneath my video that I made saying, oh, she needs to grow up. She needs to learn a life lesson. I kind of side with Jeff on this one. I really don't think at 8.5, I don't think it's about her learning a lesson. I feel like Thursday night when they made the bedding, all those animals survived. Friday night, all those animals survived. It was Saturday that all of a sudden 5 went missing. So I don't know. Do you think? Raquel says, I have a feeling that Jeff reads the Reddit comments. I mean, I don't think he would go there purposefully, but I think if somebody took a screenshot and sent it to him, he would read it because, you know, you wouldn't know to not read it if you got that in a DM. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah, Dee says 12 is overkill. Sometimes the answer is no. I mean, they are small, but I just feel like 12 is a lot. I think Justin had a really good understanding, and Jeff should maybe relate to this because his parents divorced when he was kind of young. But Justin's like, look, I come from a family of divorce, and I guarantee you she has a huge relationship with these nanas. She is talking to them about everything that is going on between you and Gage. That should have been a lightning bolt to Jeff. You know what I mean? Hey, AUS Fly Girl. You know what I mean? Like, that should have made him really think about her needing to do that. But also, you know, she just got her therapist taken away. So, now she doesn't have a therapist to talk to about things. Mary says, will Jade be a no open to one more chump? Oh, will he be able to hire someone else? I mean, I don't think they will this late in the game. I don't think so. That the travel would cost a lot more. You know what I mean? You know, it's not worth. I don't think they're going to sell a ticket. Anyone that's bought a ticket has already, you know. Did they already announce the people that won? I think they did. The people that won from that light, something that is, yeah, the light company that was going to whatever, because those people, you only won a Saturday night ticket. Like, I feel like they're going to end up buying other tickets, which is great. But then they also got to hop on a plane and get a hotel and food and all that kind of stuff, clothes. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I love that. Topper says, I feel like all of the OG Sarah from Texas regulars are here for my birthday. And if you happen to be an OG and you're watching on the replay, because I know a lot of you are, please go into comments when you see this and give Topper a happy birthday. So, because I know that that would make her feel so special. That's true. I mean, you ain't wrong. It's his life. Jet says Jeff lives for these petty catastrophes. It's like oxygen for him to mobilize the entire hotel staff to look for missing dollies. But he has said multiple times that she was really crying a lot and like, really upset. You know what I mean? I think so. I don't know. He hasn't updated. He's also not talking about Ty. You know what I mean? Like when Jade said something yesterday about a friend of mine saw you in the airport and he thought you were flirting with me. He didn't say, I wouldn't flirt with you because I have a boyfriend. And then I feel like something happened today. I feel like he's not saying anything. But you have to know, remember, he and Stu would be on pauses that we never knew about when they were dating. There was a lot of pauses Jeff told us about. There was a lot of pauses behind the scenes. So I'm curious what's going on with him and Ty. I feel something's not going well there. Sarah says, is that final? He has no therapy. That's really bad. Poor kid. She really needs help. I just feel like if a kid's parents can't afford it with the time and the money for therapy, I feel like in 2025, probably any kid can. But also, she lives and probably goes to private school and is surrounded by a lot of traditional families of a mom and a dad, or a divorced mom and dad. So her being a split up family of two dads that are fighting a lot, and then one of your dads is dating your other dad's ex-boyfriend that you knew really well. I mean, it's a lot. So I feel like they could afford it. They were willing to take her. I really hope something happens and they don't have to go to court and spend a bunch of money. But I feel like that's the direction that Jeff was talking about. You know what I mean? I kind of wonder. Jen Helen says maybe him mentioning that Ty got 3 women pregnant might have gotten Jeff in trouble. Jeff said he got 3 women pregnant, or three pregnancies, 2 miscarriages, 1 abortion. Somebody commented on our YouTube one day, and I don't know who the person is, and I never see who they are. I don't know who they are, said that they know Ty, and he actually got 4 women pregnant. And then they kind of alluded to some, what did he say? Or she, whoever it was, something about he's gotten arrested before or something. If Gage ever finds this out, Gage is not going to be happy. And I was like, well, what do you know? Like, it was kind of weird because I don't know who the person was. I forget their YouTube name. It was like Taylor, or it was something very generic. I didn't even know if it was a male or female, who it was. Ryan said, did Shane's boyfriend go on the trip to Hawaii? I didn't hear much about him on their recap yesterday. Yeah, they didn't really talk about Brogan a lot, but he definitely was there. They took pictures, and then I think somebody posted a picture of Shane and Brogan saying like bye Hawaii or something like that. So I love that. AUS Fly Girl says, Topper, it's your personal new year. Have fun and make some wishes come true. Oh my God, I love that. Make some wishes. Don't wait for things to happen. Make it happen. Margaret says, I think Gage needs a therapist. Well, and y'all know I'm rewatching Flipping Out whenever I can. So it's so interesting. I posted a video yesterday of when Jeff had to make the decision to put down his cat Monkey that he'd had since he was 8. The cat was 8 weeks old. So it was a kitty cat. And it was sick and had a seizure and it wasn't getting better. The medicine wasn't working, all this stuff. And I mean, Gage is just sobbing. Jenny was sobbing. Zoila was sobbing. Jeff was crying, telling it, I loved you. Thank you for being such a good kitty to me. I mean, it is so good to rewatch Flipping Out for sure. Is it still Aries season, or is this, is April 8th still Aries? I guess I thought it was Pisces. Maybe Pisces is before Aries. I'm not really sure. Oh, Susan says, I think Gage has regrets and still loves Jeff. That's why he creates so much drama. I mean, even so yesterday about the Nanas, Monroe is, so when Jeff found out and got a picture of the 4 of the 5 Nanas and they were there, and yes, don't wash them, just FedEx them back, to LA. He wanted to tell Monroe. Well, Monroe was already at Gage's house for the week. So he put on the Family Wizard, which is the app that they're supposed to be chatting on. And Gage didn't read it. You can see the red messages. It was like 30 minutes and Gage hadn't read it. So Jeff texted Gage and said, hey, is Monroe available to talk? I want to tell her about something. Then it was like 30 minutes or an hour later. And it's like, oh, Monroe was reading. We've been busy. We've had plans all day. She'll call you when she gets a chance. And I was like, and then it was like all these digs of like, if you notice, I did read them. I mean, it's a lot. It's of a lot of emotions that from what we're hearing. Now we're only hearing Jeff's side. Remember, Gage hasn't done an Ask Me Anything in a long time, much to our dismay, because he was really juicy with those. But it does seem like Gage is definitely more catty. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. AUS Fly Girl says, I read something today that I liked. As a man, ask yourself, would you want your daughter to date you? If the answer is no, go fix yourself. Wow. And the same can be for a woman. If you don't want your son to date someone like you, go fix yourself. That's really good, AUS Fly Girl. That's really good. Aries rule jet, and trust me, I milk it, Topper says. Oh my gosh, I love it. Me too. I mean, did they ever show Gage's mom and dad? Sarah says, I really want to know about Gage's relationship with his parents and the history there. Yeah, because I don't think they were very involved with Monroe at all. One time, since they've been split up, I remember Jeff talking about that during the time that Gage was going to have custody of Monroe, he was going to fly in his parents to take care of her. And Jeff was like, no, she doesn't even know them. Like, I would rather take care of her. I get first right of refusal whenever they talk about that. Anyway, so finally Monroe did get to talk to Jeff, and, she knows about the things. Since MJ was on, Jeff brought up the Scary Sherry podcast that she did on Heal to Feel podcast. Very accurate. MJ basically said that Tommy was not very excited to hear about it. He wasn't excited for her plastic surgery. So I guess it wasn't an April Fool's joke, because Jeff said she had it all done about 2 weeks ago, which is a pretty fast recovery. I mean, I don't know, especially for boobs. I thought boobs were a really big deal. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's about being true and having a good heart, Mabu says. Oh, I love that. Katrina says, I tell my son to treat women exactly how he would want his mom treated. Exactly. I know. Michael Riley says, how could they both in good faith cancel the therapy? Not good. Well, the problem is Gage makes it very clear to every doctor, dentist, therapist, whatever, that, hey, I am the other dad and I do not consent. Well, I think the law is, if somebody tells you that, you kind of got to respect it. So then it gets into all the legal mumbo jumbo of it all. Tracy says, I just feel like MJ is a phony. I tolerated her a lot better today. Of course, she was kind of kissing up to Jeff and, basically telling him he's amazing and what have you. But, basically, Eric should have prioritized your podcast, because I've been in the situation where I've had another podcast to do. And I said, no, Jeff Lewis takes priority. And even Justin was like, why? Because he pays you, it's like $500, whereas most podcasts don't pay any money. Right. Anyways, but Jeff brought up how negative and how, brutally honest Scary Sherry's reading was to MJ. And she kind of just said, she definitely said she and MJ, she and Tommy are together, but she keeps alluding that Tommy needs to fix himself. So I don't know if he's on pain medication. Remember, he's had back issues. I don't know what's going on, but I think it's going to come out eventually that he is going through something, but she is saying, I'm going to be here for him. We're together. We're not separated. We're not divorcing. But she definitely didn't ixnay the idea when Jeff was like, I think a lot of rich people go and get plastic surgery before they divorce their husbands. And I think she was like, yeah, I think he was kind of like, wait, why are you getting all fixed up? Like, we've been together this long. Why are you getting fixed up? You know what I mean? And I don't think, she says they're in a good place, but I don't know. Jeff is reading a book. What y'all think about that? Like, I'm kind of surprised. Ew. With who? Sherry says MJ and Tommy are going to become a throuple. With who? Ew. Um, Michael Riley says, if MJ got a divorce, she would have to pay Tommy alimony. Oh. Yeah, but do you wanna be just unhappy? I don't know. We don't really know. Does anyone listen to the podcast anymore? I used to listen to it. It's not a terrible podcast. He's, you know, maybe he's changed. I don't know. Um, I thought he was really fun on the podcast. I don't know. What does Tommy do for a living? Someone said. Shanda says, I had a breast reduction and a lift. They say 6 weeks recovery, but I planted my garden after 7 days. Once the drains are gone, it's easy. Okay. All my friends that have had their boobies done, not a reduction, they've all had them put in. Trying to think if I know anyone that's had a reduction. Oh my God. I think all my friends have had them enhanced, not reduced. I'm literally trying to think hard. Anyways, so maybe that's a harder thing. I don't know. But Jeff is reading the Mel Robbins book about like let them, or he's kind of perusing it. I don't know. On the second hour was Denise Richards and her husband Aaron. I thought it was such a good like. Jeff might have even taught me into. He was really promoting her show. I mean, I don't know if he's got. Well, okay, I literally just put 2 and 2 together. Alex Baskin with 32 Flavors production company is the one that came to her to do this film, this TV show, Denise and Her Wild Things. Well, that's who Jeff is working with. So it makes sense that they're still trying to sell the show to figure out what network it's going to be on. Clearly, Jeff would love it to be on Bravo just because that's on brand with his audience and everything and what he was on. So he was really promoting her TV show. I don't love it. I do think she's real. I do think she's been through a lot. I think the way she handles herself, I love how honest she is being about her daughter Eloise that she adopted, that she didn't know had any medical issues. And then they found out, I don't know when. I don't know when they found out. They've said, but I don't remember when they found out that she's missing, I think, a chromosome. So, I think it's a great way to let people know, hey, look, I'm famous. This is why I'm carrying my daughter. This is why her hair doesn't look this way. This is why she's wearing her shoes on the opposite feet. I mean, instead of people like making, fun of her daughter or whatever, to explain things and let people see that and know that, she is a loving mom. So, yeah, I thought she was very relatable today. And I really, really liked her on the show. Like, I think sometimes, I don't know what it about. I mean, first of all, I usually don't walk when I'm listening to Jeff Lewis. Today I was walking, so I didn't really take that many notes either, because I was out for a walk and kind of wrote notes when I got back and was baking the cake. But I thought it was really good. I thought their conversation was really good. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. Sherry's like, it was a damn infomercial today for Denise. I mean, well, okay. And when she did not deny when she said she makes $1 or $2 million a month on OnlyFans. She didn't say no. All she and Aaron said was, ooh, that's a lot of money. Ooh, but Jeff was like, look. So I finally figured out what it was. And this is the part of her show I don't love. I think it's super fake. I think they were renting that house, that her in-laws and her brother-in-law or whoever was living there and they realized they need more space. I think what Aaron said was probably true, but Denise didn't want to act like that and say like, oh, where we were renting, they didn't want to let us film. I think they did rent those 3 townhouses because they thought it was funny. It kind of adds to the comedy. It kind of is on brand for Denise. But I'm like, you're renting 3 townhomes. You're renting this huge house. Like, buy something. Like, you should own something. You're 50-something years old. Yeah, that's a lot of money to be bringing in. Like, you should be paying for something instead of, paying rent on all of those places. I mean, I love the idea of having a whole townhome as a closet. I mean, give me a break. Oh, I would think so. AUS Fly Girl says, I don't think they make that much, and OnlyFans must take 30% or more. I have no idea. I mean, No idea. Deborah says on Denise's show, it said that she's in the top 1% highest earner on OnlyFans. I mean, good for her. She shows her boobies. I think a lot of people rent. I think the first time I realized that, speaking of Shaw, was Jen Shaw. And when people said, "Oh, they rented this bigger house," and I'm like, don't go renting a house to let me think you're more rich than you are on these housewives show. And then I realized Meredith lives in New York most of the time. She just rents a house in Salt Lake City to make it look like she lives there, and she really doesn't. Just like if New York, if Uba comes back as part of the New York cast, I'm gonna be like, you don't live in New York. You live in Connecticut with your boyfriend. You've said that. Yeah, why do they rent? And leasing the cars, like, it never will make sense to me for anyone to lease a car. I don't care if they make money on the taxes. It doesn't make sense to me financially. Sherry says all the Shaws rented only while the cameras were there. Yeah, K Kitty says if she's making that much money, she can afford to buy a house. For sure. Who's Susan Alex assistant Emily? Alex assistant Emily was everything. It's so funny, Lisa says. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know, but it still can't make sense, right? Financially, at the end of the day, you own something, you can sell that and make money off of it. You rent, and that's all you got. And the rent there is super expensive. I don't know how to do that either. How do you can you do an at thing here? Susan says, how do I respond to people on here? Like, can you I've seen it where people are responding to each other. Now, of course, I'm scanning the comments and don't see anything, but I've seen it where it says like at something. Hey, Ileana, I just saw that you're here. I like Denise Richards' show. Just saw that you're here. Shout out. We need to get a Houston chumpette group together again. I love doing little dinners and coffees and stuff. Yeah, if it's yeah. Oh, Alec Baldwin's assistant is Emily, Elizabeth says. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I haven't watched one episode of that. That's true. There's a lot that goes part of owning, but if you're that rich, you got people for that. D says yes, but then you have upkeep, taxes, and all that comes with owning. I mean, insurance alone, but you're paying all of that in rent. It's just you're paying the owner of that all of their expenses plus their profit. You know what I mean? Like, you'll never convince me. I definitely agree. There's a time and a place to rent if you're going somewhere really quickly, if you don't know where to move, your finances might be about to change up or down. There's a lot of reasons not to buy, but I don't understand it for Denise Richards. I really, except that she's like, the city keeps catching on fire. Maybe I don't want to live here anymore. I don't know. Okay, we're going to wrap it up soon, but tonight is the finale of Speaking of Denise and Her Wild Things. You can catch it on Bravo or the next day on Peacock. You can binge it. They're only 30-minute episodes, so they are about 20-something minutes with the commercials taken out. And then tonight is reunion part 2 of Beverly Hills also. So we will definitely chat about that tomorrow. Topper says, I can't thank you all enough for the happy wishes and shout outs. Just being here every day means a lot to me to see you all. And y'all mean a lot to me to see you all. So thank you so much for making 4 p.m. Eastern a priority and joining live. And plus, if you watch on YouTube, then you get no commercials. So then you don't have to flip through any commercials, right? So anyways, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. And if you're listening as a podcast, scroll down a little bit and hit the 5-star rating and review. I would really appreciate it. Sarah says, what do y'all think of the daughter that does OnlyFans? She just seems so young. I mean, she just turned 21. I mean, clearly, may not work for her forever, but she's making it work for now. So I just think she puts a lot of, I don't think she's that naturally pretty. I think she's done a lot of work because she's looked a lot different with everything, but she's working it. So anyways, okay. I will see you tomorrow, but pay attention to my Instagram because I might have to go live a little bit early so I can be done. So I can go with my daughter and husband to get her driver's permit, our 5th and final driver's permit of our kids, not the license, just the permit at 15. Okay. Bye, chumpettes.